Alright, YouTube. So I figured I'd talk about Amy Lee a bit more. Originally, I was going to back in 2017, but I kind of opted out of it just because of the way that Evanescence went with their Synthesis album. I wanted to, and I tried listening to like I think there were like two or three new songs that they did on Synthesis, but when they didn't gel with me, I just decided not to do it. I didn't want to be biased in the review, so I just chose not to. But I did continue to mess with Amy Lee, and she has done a handful of things in between and just within the past few years that I felt like covering more just because it seems as if she does have a place on my channel. So we're going to mess with that. And one of which songs, this is the song review off her Recover EP that came out a few years ago. And the song is With or Without You. This is a song by U2. It was the lead single off of their album, The Joshua Tree. And that version of that song, when you listen to Amy Lee comparatively, it's a lot darker. Well, not darker, but it has more of like a looming feeling to it. But the U2 version is a lot more progressive. Feels more like on a road kind of uh more like upbeat and just kind of plucky almost in the way that the song kind of was. And I kind of liked it. I mean, I'm probably going to have to listen to it more. I listened to it a couple of times, but I would have to say that I prefer at this point the With or Without You that Amy Lee did. And that's the thing with hers, it felt perfect for Spotify, perfect for a vehicle. It has some nice sound to it, just a lot of different ways of just letting it ooze through your sound system, and the echoing in her voice handles extremely well. There's a lot of good things about the song. The melody is good, the way she does it, just the how it goes is it's not a struggle to listen to. At least it wasn't for me. And it really did feel like if you were to hear this song this out of nowhere, supposing the radio were to pick it up, it'd be like, wow, is Evanescence coming? I mean, do we have a new Amy Lee album? She did put out a children's album, but to say if you were to hear something like this, it'd almost be like, yeah, what's going on with her? I think that was kind of the thing. I mean, the problem with it is the EP only had four songs, and that was kind of where I was coming from with that. Was just trying to say when you think of like what she's done, it's been very spare. I mean, it seems like she has other things going on that maybe are just not so much open to the public eye because Evanescence, the self-titled or Fallen, came out in 2003. They took 3.5 years until the Open Door in 2006, and they took 5 years with Evanescence in 2011, and then 6 years with Synthesis, which wasn't even an actual album, just had three new songs and a revamp of some of the songs they did 6 years after that. So from 2011 to 2017, basically in 16 years, you've gotten four albums and really only three albums, and that's just kind of how it went. So, obviously Amy Lee has done things, but this is very sparse. So it's kind of, I mean, it's like make another album like The Open Door with like the development that you had on your 2011 album, but then keep it with the same spooky and ethereal feel of Fallen from 2003. I feel like that's what I almost want, just to kind of say that. And while you're at it, give us like 10 or 12 of those songs. But this is definitely a good cover. That's the thing about it, is I was just like, damn, it worked. It worked. It didn't just work, it worked well. So that's the thing, is I would say it's almost like that felt like an Amy Lee album. It probably should have been on an album. I mean, if Marilyn Manson can pull that stuff off, I'd say she could probably also. I would like, it'd be interesting. I mean, it's 3 years ago now, but for that to have charted and then to get like another song. I mean, they said that Evanescence was supposed to come out soon, like 2020 or something, but I'm hoping that it'll be more like in the vein of The Open Door and stuff, like I described a little bit ago. That's like the main thing. So, but for what it is, I mean, the song works, I would definitely say. So, But I did listen to a handful of the other songs. Well, the other songs from Recover Volume 1. I did think that With or Without You was probably the best one in that. But I do think that she has the ability to do cover songs. It's obvious. So that's kind of the thing there. So I don't know where Recover Volume 2 is. We need to get that out just to see some other things. Because obviously, I mean, it halfway sounded like a U2 song, but it didn't. I mean, that's the thing. It just took the lyrics. It was really just like a real uh, fearful song, which is kind of it was like the opposite almost of what they did with it, which worked. Which was I was glad for that. So it's kind of the thing there. But yeah, so that's a song review. I do highly recommend you check the song out. And we need to get some stuff so Amy Lee can keep putting out more good music like this. Something.